All right. Is he going to go live? Yes, I am. I am live now. Hey, exciting news, everybody. Sorry it took me so long to get on here. Exciting news from Harvest Right. In case you haven't seen from other channels, but you're seeing it for the first time, Harvest Right just released their brand new Wi Fi adapter that you can connect to your home freeze dryer by Harvest Right, no matter what version it is, anything like that. There are some different software kind of pieces and steps to some of the older versions, which includes myself. But really big news right now, Wi-Fi is now available to connect to your freeze dryer. So now you can do remote monitoring. You can now update your freeze dryer. You can change different colors on the screen. You can change the settings. You can extend dry time. It's huge. So this is really exciting. And coming from this channel about the business end of freeze drying, this is a huge software update that, for me, really should have come pre-built into it from the beginning. I mean, we all had Wi-Fi back in 2012, dial up even before that. That dates me a little bit, but when you're building a new device like Harvest Drive for the first time, they were the leader in creating a home freeze dryer. They work out different things. So if you haven't done so already, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Harvest Right website and actually look to see, and I can fill you in on everything. So I'm not at my kitchen. I'm not at my freeze dryer right now. We don't really need to do that. What you just need to know is that this right here is the Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, so this plugs in to your home freeze dryer that you have. If you have a Harvest Right, it plugs into the side right by where the screen is. Now, what you need to do is you need to update your software that you can download from harvestright.com. You can download version 5.3 or higher. That's what you need to do. This is easy with the pro versions. With the older versions, like I have, there's a little bit other steps to it. But if you have the pro version of the Harvest Right, you can download 5.4 or higher. Yep, that's right. JC 2010. So 5.4 or higher. Just get the latest software. Make sure you have it in there. It's all going to be downloaded into there. And then what you're going to do is, on my phone here, is you're going to go to harvestright.com. Okay. And then right here, it's the setup, and you're just literally going to click on that. And as long as you have this device plugged into there, it's like a router. It just connects to it. And then you'll set up your freeze dryer with the serial number, all of that. In fact, you could have done that anyway with your Harvest Right app. And then once that's all connected, boom, it's now feeding data directly from the Wi-Fi adapter to your app. And so this is really nice. I live about 20 minutes away from my commercial kitchen. And so, with all my freeze dryers running, I have a lot of videos in the past where I talk about, hey, I've got kind of a system where I go in at night, and I know that certain fruit and things like that, take 24 hours, 36 hours. That's all gone now. So now I can be here at my office, and I can look at all three of my freeze dryers, and I can take a look to see, okay, I know that there's a heavy amount of fruit in there. Maybe I forgot to put the extra dry time longer than 3 hours or whatever, and I want to extend that. Maybe it's 9 p.m. at night. I just laid down the kids. You're at work. You're getting off late. You're like, I can't go get the freeze dryer stuff out of my kitchen or of a home. I'm on vacation, whatever. Now you can go into the app, and as long as you have this Wi-Fi adapter attached to it, now you can go into the Harvest Right app and just extend the extra dry time all the way through the night. Man, this is really slick. Now, again, if you're just joining me live, Harvest Right just released their Wi-Fi Adapter Connect. This is the device, and it's basically a Wi-Fi router. You need to update your software in your freeze dryer to 5.4 or higher. I'm going to share my screen right now, and what we're going to take a look at is Harvest Right's website, and that all it's just going to give you is information on the Wi-Fi adapter. See this? Changing the world of freeze drying. Now, Um, Other freeze dryers, by the way, have Wi-Fi Connect, but Harvest Right is the biggest player. So this is a big deal. If you want to support this channel, you can buy this adapter through my affiliate link. It's in the video description of this live stream. Click on that link. It goes to harvestright.com, literally right here. It's just basically a way for them to know that I'm sending you that traffic. And then what you're going to do is click on here, and here you go. Wi-Fi upgrade kit, 70 bucks. What's it's going to include? It's going to include the adapter that I showed you. You're also going to get the new software, and also you just also need the app. It's not like they send you the app. You have to go to the App Store, whether you're on Google Play or Apple. You download that. Make sure your versions are connected to 5.4 or higher. It's not compatible with these other versions. That's what I had in my older versions of my Harvest Right. So you have to upgrade there. Now, for any of the older versions that were previous to the Pro versions that they released about a year or so ago, there are some extra steps. So it doesn't mean that you can't buy this, but there are some additional steps. I had to do it. Those steps I'd rather leave for technical support. I know you're going to have to go down that trail right there, but you'll contact support, and basically they just want to confirm that the reader board behind the screen that you have for those older versions is compatible to be able to have the Wi-Fi stream. If it's not, then they send you one of those little chip things, and then you update it. But that doesn't mean that the older versions can't connect. They will. So this is super great. Again, only 70 bucks. What does it include? Now you can control your freeze dryers from your phone. You'll be notified when batches are complete. It's really easy to monitor candy mode, so that you can kind of know, like, okay, now that candy mode is done. Okay, I need to go out into my shop, my kitchen, whatever, and swap out the trays. This is for anything. So if you have the HRC 100, you have the XL, the large, medium, small, all of those machines are going to be able to use this adapter, which is really great, right? And so also one of the things too is I'm going to share a different tab here. This is the Wi-Fi setup. Okay. Now there's a lot of text here, like any instructions, but really all you need to do is download the Harvest Right app. Then you basically have a section on the app where you can add your freeze dryers. You're going to get the serial number that's on the back of your freeze dryer, your Harvest Right. And then once you have that connected in your app, then you're going to go to the Harvest Right website, download the software, download versions 5.4, 5.5 or higher. Then you're going to power off your freeze dryer. You stick the USB in there that has the software. And then now this is the I'm stating this because once you get this new software in, the app is going to do the refreshing of your software now. Because you don't now you had to previously you had to use a USB to put the software in there. These are why these steps are so complicated. Well, complicated in hindsight to what's going to be happening. So a lot of exciting stuff. So I'm going to start real quick so I can get to the chat. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of people talking here. Oh, is it? Oh, black screen. What? He's gonna hate when he watches this again. Oh, you guys didn't see anything. That's a bummer. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I was sharing yeah, I was sharing my screen, and basically in there I was showing you what Harvest Right's website is all about. I don't have that right now. We still love you. Yeah, thanks. Let me just share with you. I'm going to pull up harvestright.com right now, and because we're here, I'll share with you right here. So harvestright.com on my mobile device, literally going to click on the main screen where they're announcing it. This is what I was showing you on desktop. And right here, you can buy the Wi-Fi kit through harvestright.com. If you want to support this channel, there's a lot of people that have affiliate relationships. That means I get a small commission back when you buy it through here. So you don't have to do that. I know some people don't like to do it. It's just a gimmicky thing. But if you want to support this channel and what I'm doing, it really kind of gives me a kickback of that. So this is the Wi-Fi kit. You're going to get the Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, that's this right here. The software is what you download from harvestright.com. And then you need to make sure you have the Harvest Right app, which is right here. Okay. So once you have the Harvest Right app, you're going to see it refresh and it has this setup. You set your freeze dryer up, all your freeze dryers with the serial number. And once you have the serial number attached to there, then you are downloading the software onto the freeze dryer. The old step is, again, you have to turn off your freeze dryer. You plug in the USB that has that version 5.4, 5.5, or 6. You plug that in, turn the freeze dryer back on. It automatically updates within a few seconds. Remove that USB, then plug in your Wi-Fi Connect. Okay. And so once you have your Wi-Fi Connect, you're literally just going to plug it in. You put it on top of your freeze dryer now. You can use a little sticky, those 3M type attachments. And then it's literally just a router and you don't have to do a thing. So now you don't have to download the software from harvestright.com and put it on a USB. It's literally going to be on the app and feeding directly those updates when you want to. And you can add all of your Harvest Right freeze dryers onto that app. And as long as you have the adapter to it, you have to buy the adapter for each freeze dryer. Okay. But what's going to allow you to do is also think about this as a business. One, I've got 3 freeze dryers. Okay. So one of the things that I've had trouble with is kind of syncing them all to end at the same time, because when I'm on the go, when I'm at home right here and it's at the commercial kitchen, when I go to the commercial kitchen, I want to be able to do my thing quickly because I'm paying an hourly rate when I'm at the kitchen. So now I can go onto the app, and even though one might have finished, let's say at 1 a.m. last night, I can just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to extend the final dry time, let's say last night. And I look at all my other freeze dryers and kind of have them all in sync, kind of going at the same time. That's super nice now because now I have more efficiency with my business. Let's go to the chat here. Um, all right. Yeah. Sorry that the screen went dark. Yeah, I am going to hate that when I watch this back. Use desiccant oxygen absorbers. Yeah. Will this app let you add dry time? Yes, it will. Perfect. Yep. It's going to add, it's going to allow you to do everything that you want to do. So if you want to add dry time when the cycle's done, uh, maybe you're pre-freezing the freeze dryer and you want to change the settings to get it colder. You can change those things in the app. Again, you have to have the latest software, then have this connected and have your freeze dryer on the Harvest Right app. But then you're able to do all remote monitoring. This is a big deal. Uh, if I can't say that enough, because I've been having my freeze drying business with Harvest Right freeze dryers since 2020. Okay. And everyone else who has had freeze dryers since this update, you've either been on site with your office or you've been doing it out of your home. But there's a lot of different things that you're doing. And one of the things that's been difficult is people have had to jimmy rig uh, you know, weight like different cameras for house monitoring onto their freeze dryer. You try to coordinate kind of how you're monitoring all your cycle time. Sometimes you can't get there in the amount of time that you think, and so you need to extend the dry time, or you show up and it's not completely dry. But if you had just had the opportunity to update at the final dry time, then you could have been, you know, you didn't have to show up. So these are all things that are going to be fixed now with this Connect. So just get this. Let's take a look here. Does it graph anything or just the same as a software screen on the unit itself? Um, as far as I know, and what I've seen with the app, there's no graphs or anything. It's kind of just making it very simple for the average person. It's just letting you control, hey, here's the temps and here's the vacuum pressure, things like that. So it's not letting you do what like commercial units would do, right? Where you're able to graph, how long is that vacuum staying consistent at that mTOR, all of that type of thing. So again, we're dealing with home freeze dryers, and so if you're running a business, you're using a home freeze dryer to run a business. It's not exactly designed to run 24/7 and be as consistent as some of these commercial freeze dry units with that type of software. So, um, although it may not have graphs, it's still way better at just saving us time with monitoring the cycle time. Does it send warnings for high temp or plug issues? Um, that is something that I didn't get clarification on in terms of errors. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to say, hey, there's a vacuum error issue. When I ran my test, I didn't have those vacuum error issues, so I wasn't really able to ask those questions. But uh, those are things that I'm sure now they're going to be able to update and improve the app to then give you those error messages, those type of things. Um, Hi-Fi 1970, does the app give you any sort of estimate of finished dry time? Well, it's going to tell you where the status is. And I apologize, I don't have my freeze dryers running, but right now. But yeah, it's going to give you the status. Like that your freeze dryer's in final dry mode and it has 4 hours and 29 minutes left. So yes, it is going to give you those things so that you know how far along it is. It's basically if you had a camera on there to see your freeze dryer, it's now in the app. Yeah. Yeah. Still huge. Yeah. It's definitely a big deal. If you're just joining, Wi-Fi now is available with the Harvest Right freeze dryers. You can buy the one. You need to buy this adapter. This is just basically a Wi-Fi modem, and you connect it through your USB that's next to the screen. You do need to download the free software update from Harvest Right, and once you download that software, you'll then be able to basically flip on your freeze dryer. It updates, and then now you'll be able to connect this, and then you'll download the Harvest Right software, and you'll be able to see exactly connecting your freeze dryers, and then you'll be able to see what all of it entails. Does it connect? Real Happy TV, does it connect remotely when not on the same Wi-Fi? Well, you just need to be whatever your Wi-Fi adapter you're going to connect this to the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, that's what it's going to connect to. So if you have different Wi-Fi systems or whatever you're connecting that Wi-Fi router to, that's what it's going to do. I never used the app before, but the drying tips area is pretty interesting for recommendations on temp and drying. Yeah, the Harvest Right app is really handy. If you're not familiar with it, I'll pull it up again. So the drying tips, if you go over to drying tips on the app, there's a lot of different recipes. You can also save a recipe, so you can actually put in your own recipes and monitoring through the logbook that you can have. So the drying tips, like if you wanted to figure out how to do dairy products on the app right here, you can see all these different things that they've got. So maybe we want to look at ranch dressing. It has olive oil and preparation. Here's how you want to do it. Here's the things to rehydrate. Um, here's your recommendation for versions 5. X to 6.0. Those are the different versions of software. So this is your initial saved. And then basically, if you want to add that as a saved recipe, you can do that. So yeah, this is really handy. And soon I'm going to actually be coming out with my own recipe type of guide. It's not going to be recipe stuff that you've seen out there right now. It's going to be very specific to the business end, just because I've really developed some background in what a freeze drying recipe means and what you should be thinking about and guiding you through how to create that recipe for a business type of sense of things, so and practicality. So I'm really excited about that. But for the meantime, Harvest Right, yeah, has a lot of great tips and it has a lot of great ranch dressings. Um, Brother Gene, I think what they were asking if you're not at the same Wi-Fi as your machine, can you control them remotely if you're out of town? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's all connected. So as long as as the app is connected to the question was if you're like out on the go, uh, does it matter where you're at? No, this Wi-Fi is going to connect to your Harvest Right freeze dryer, and then once you do that, the Bluetooth is then connected to your phone, and so this thing is just giving you readings back to your Wi-Fi, and then it's also connected to the Bluetooth. So wherever you're at, you're going to be able to monitor. It's all connected to the app. Like it's feeding information from this thing to your app, and so you can be on the go wherever you're wanting to go. Does Harvest Right able to use this to run diagnostics? I'm pretty sure they are going to use the software for sure to do that. Yep. So, yeah, really exciting stuff. And again, if you want to check out and purchase this, again, you got to buy the adapter for every single of one of your freeze dryers. So if you're running a business, or you have multiple harvest rights, you need to buy the adapter. It costs 69.95 right now on harvestright.com. You can use my link below in the video description of this live stream. You can also find it through my Beacons link on the page, but got a lot of exciting things. This is huge news for freeze drying in terms of no matter where you're at, whether home freeze drying or you're in business. Remote monitoring has been something that we've been looking and asking for a while. I do know that there's freeze dryer companies other than Harvest Right that are what some of them actually have it built in already. And then some of them I definitely know are working on it. So it's something that we were asking Harvest Right to do. They've done it. And what I really like is that it's all connected to the app. And now you can remote monitor and you can actually adjust different settings on the fly. So, really big deals here. I'm going to answer a couple more questions if you'd like to put them into the chat. I'm going to be live here for the next like 5 minutes and then we'll end this. So if you're just jumping in here, my name's David, Freeze Dried Business. Give this video a like. That'd be really great. That way, more people are aware of what's possible here with the Harvest Right freeze dryer Wi-Fi adapter that just got released today. You can go to harvestright.com. You can also use my affiliate link to purchase. Really big news now that you can monitor remotely your freeze dryer and make adjustments on the fly. Let's read some questions here. Have you had any problems testing it on your machine in your commercial kitchen? No, I was actually a beta tester, so I tested these different things at my commercial kitchen and also my freeze dryer that's at home. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. It worked well. I think the one thing that was mentioned kind of earlier was notifications of vacuum errors. I didn't have any vacuum errors during my test, so I didn't see that they had those type of notifications. I think what you'll probably just see is that it's not running, and that's what will indicate. So I'm sure they're going to have that available in there, but I didn't have those errors while I was doing my test. So that's a good question to ask Harvest Right. Super excited for this. Yeah, we just got our first unit 3 weeks ago, so perfect timing. Yep, order right now. It's in the video description. So this is the up. So is this H5 1970 says, so is this the update? So is this update just software and you can just add your USB router to the freeze dryer, or is the router unit proprietary in some way? Um, well, one, the software that they have is specifically designed to connect to this. So you can't like I've got my CenturyLink router over there. It's not like it's connected in any way. You have to have this to then connect to the Harvest Right app. As far as I know, yeah, I didn't go out and buy like a USB router type of thing like this, like maybe you get from Verizon. So that's a good question. Um, it might be worth looking at. But as of right now, I know that this is what worked, and it connected to my app with all my freeze dryers. Okay. Yeah, if you got any more questions, by the way, If you haven't heard, while you're on this live stream, I've got a freeze drying conference, the first ever to come out. That's my big news. And it's big news in the freeze drying space. If you are looking to start a business, you want to know more about how to start a business, you want to connect with people who are doing it right now. And actively doing freeze drying as a process to create a product for consumers, freezedriedsummit.com. That's the conference that I'm hosting in September. If you want to join that, you can buy tickets right now at early bird pricing. So it's specifically designed for people who are looking to start a freeze drying business or existing ones. I've connected with a ton of people and in the freeze drying space, I've got a lot of connections in different entrepreneurs, and they're all going to be coming to this, as well as suppliers, OEMs. Um, Original equipment manufacturers. So a lot of the Harvest Right and home freeze dryer brands, commercial freeze drying brands, play ways to package your product quickly, graphic design, marketing. All of those people are going to come to this conference. It's really going to be great. So check that out, freezedriedsummit.com. It's on my YouTube page, homepage, and you can check that out and hopefully you can join and reserve that space. It's in Boise, Idaho. It's where I live. You're going to meet me as well as other people, and it's in September, so it's going to be beautiful weather. So thanks for joining me on this live stream. If you want to rewatch it, check out more of what I did. Just skip over the part where it went to a black screen and I was just talking. I was trying to share the Harvest Right website, and that didn't really work out too well. But take care, everybody, and have a great week.